Let's go live. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. All right. And testing on the other one. And testing. Cool. Sound good, everybody. Let's kick it back over to my main screen. Sound good, everybody. Mute that. It has been a while since I've recorded. Since I've been here, since I've done an episode of this. It is... I missed week 10 of all the weeks to miss. So we're back for week 11 of the Dynasty Fantasy Football Recap. I am your host, Mateo83, aka Matt Salgado, aka Doug Kamish. And I don't have a video clip to roll, but you know what it's time for? It's Tuesday. It's not really that late, but I had the day off. It's time for the Dynasty Fantasy Football Recap. Let's roll those highlights. Going right on into it, guys. You see here, I was taking on Jeremy this week, my co-host of the Geek Out Freak Out podcast. You see there, I get the big one, 128 to 105. My backup quarterback came through big for me. I had Kyler Murray starting, and I should have known better to start him because I think it was being reported that he was probably going to miss out this week anyway. So went ahead and started Herbert, got 35 big points, really kind of pushed me over, got me that big win. What helped me a lot was Chris Godwin getting that touchdown, I believe, in the first quarter of Monday night's football game. Secured that win for me. I was already winning, but just knowing that Godwin wasn't going to get a fumble and get negative points is a big sigh of relief for me. You see 20 points from Tyreek Hill there, 18 points from Gaskin, who I picked back up, who was still on the waivers, thankfully. 18 points also from Kelsey, 10 points from Smith, who I picked up in the week. Bass at 1 point. Buffalo just got blown out. A weird game. In Miami coming through at 5 points there on the defense. Jeremy didn't get any points from Sutton, who is on a bye week this week. Not last week, but he got 0 points from him. Ezekiel Elliott with 12. Just underperformers all around. McLaurin there with 21. 11 from the San Francisco defense. 0 from the kicker. And 30 points from Hurts. Jeremy, I think you might bounce back. You're in that 8th seed position, so I think you're doing pretty well. I secured the 6th for my first win, I think, in... 4 games? I lost 3 in a row there. I was looking pretty bad. So it's good to be back in the winning column. Still under 500 at 5-6, but I'm looking forward to improving. Moving on to game 2. And it's Alex Eagermeister Express taking on Joe Stairway to Evans. Joe showing no mercy to our boy Alex here. I don't know why it went there. Let me go back. Sorry about that, guys. Using a laptop. My iPad was completely dead, and my bad for not having it ready. There we go. Here's the matchup. Jägermeister Express losing 93 to 166. Good point output for Joe, who overshot his projections by 30 points. You see Alex there at 132. A lot of room for improvement. There falls almost 40 points short of those projections. Only 8 points from Mahomes in the stinker of a game. Kansas City still got that win somehow. Lamb also a 4. Aside from Kelsey, I think the majority of the players in those games just did not show up. I'll tell you what helped out Joe here. Oh my God. And it is this 53 points from Taylor. Just absolutely monster output from Taylor. It was just like how is that even possible? I think that I think that's the season high, right, for a player with the most amount of points leading up into this week. 34 points, 24 points. Okay, yeah, you're gonna get 20 points at least, but 53, absolute bonkers, monster. He has more touchdowns than our games this season so far. So good job for Taylor. Also 30 points from Devontae Adams, 20 from Allen there. 16 from Deebo Samuel right there for Joe in that flex position. Good job, Joe, on picking up that win. hottest team in the league, moving up into second place, or staying in second place, I believe, with that 8-3 record, 7 straight win. Congrats, Joe. That is pretty awesome. Let's go on to game 3. Freddie's Blackbeard's Delight taking on Brian's free win. You see, Freddie gets that free win indeed because he stays in first place with a big win. Proves a 9-2 first place. I'm getting a message from our boy Gabe here. I don't know if I'm gonna acknowledge it on the show. But yeah, Blackbeard like the big one, 139 to 103. Big points from Stephon Diggs, Evans, Swift. Just solid output for Freddie along the board here, as you can see, except for Matt Ryan in that quarterback position. But I mean, that's what you want your players to look like they're doing. I mean, he only had 2 players over 20 points and still put up 139 points. Matt Ryan with a dismal 4 points. I don't know if Matt Ryan's a player you're going to want to keep around. Let's take a look at your bench players here, Freddie, going into next week. And let's say, Matt Ryan is your only quarterback, but you do have an empty position here because you still have Kareem Hunt in your injured reserve spot. So if you want, you can pick up a quarterback and kind of debate if you want to start Ryan or start somebody else. So I'm not in the position, nor do I want to help you win, but that's something that you can look forward into doing there for you, Freddie, picking up an additional quarterback here. Even your bench, for the players who did play, 14 points and 11 points there. Wow, just Brian didn't stand a chance, really. He had Aaron Rodgers with 33 points, who's full of horse medicine still, I think. Christian McCaffrey, I mean, he's been playing pretty well since coming off the injured reserve with 24 points there and 16 points from Naiji Harris, I believe, for you. Yep, Naiji Harris. Of all the names for me to remember, Naiji Harris, I think it's just because it stands out, and that's why I probably do remember it the majority of the time. Brian, I think you're going to stay in that 10th position. No hard feelings there, but you showed up. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing with us. And in our fourth game, we have Jock the Losers getting the win against Luis's high guy. And in this case, which is kind of insane, Luis was winning the game going into the Buffalo game. One of the games, had he not started a Buffalo defense and got that -4 points there, he would have won this game by 1 point, which is absolutely insane. To lose a game because you started a defense and you couldn't foresee not starting a defense, you're going to start them. Even with, I mean, who would have saw Dak Prescott only getting 4 points? Both Prescott and Mahomes in that game, less than 10 points for both of them, which is absolutely insane. 41 points there from Austin Eckler for Johnny, who helped secure the deal. If Austin Eckler had not got 41 and got 30, which is respectable still, like beyond respectable, he would have lost this game. So just bad turn of events for Luis. I think you're going to bounce back pretty well next week because your Christian Kirk here had I think a low end game here. Yeah, he had 16 and 12 in the games before and just a dud here at 4. So I think you want to kind of, I always still start Kirk. I think it's just, it's Arizona. You never know who's going to catch the ball. And DK Metcalf here as well. Only 4 receptions of 31 reception yards, 2 games in a row since the bye week he's coming back where he hasn't cracked 10 points. I wouldn't worry about DK Metcalf. I think they're just waiting for a game for him to explode back on. And I think this week coming into it on the 29th, I think it's going to be that game. That's a Monday night game, I believe. So there we go. So look for that big point output for DK Metcalf going up against the Washington defense. Yeah, I think you're going to do just fine this week, Luis. I think you're going to bounce back, whoever you're playing with. You got Chubb back, so that's awesome. 22 points there for Chubb. Zach Ertz with 28 points, so that's a good point output there. And Boswell is your kicker with 14. Cam Newton, good pickup for you, Luis. 26 points. Keep starting him. Keep playing him. Going in our last, so Johnny gets that big one, 140 to 137. In our last and final game of the week, Chris, aka Fresh Prince of Hell Air, losing to Bravos Football, 100 to 97. I believe in the closest game of the week, only just over 3 points decided this game. So you see there, you had Allen with 18 in that blowout game that they lost to in Indianapolis. Chase here with 13, not big anybody with big point outputs here on Bravo's side. Just he had solid players that all scored points. A big fat 0 here for Johnson in the flex position for you, Chris. This is where you lost the game. Let's see who you could have started, and you could have started Hilaire. Chris, you have Hilaire on your team. He's in your team name. You should have started him in your flex position. Yeah, I would not have. Oh man, that's a bummer. Yeah, start him in your flex position going forward. 15 points for Hilero, that would have sealed the deal for you. You would have got that win. I would have started him, and I did start him in a couple of my other leagues. I have him in 2 of my leagues and did start him. So going forward, just start Hilaire. I think he'll do just fine. Big win for Bravo, securing that 3rd place position. So your top 3 are our top 3 in the league, I believe, are Freddy's Blackberry Delight in the 1st place, Joe in 2nd place, and Bravo's Football, who secured the top 3 teams there, secured playoff spots. Congratulations to you guys. You see there, Joe with the 7 win streak going on. So good job there, Joe. Let's take a look at Joe's team real quick. And I believe since this is week 12 now, going into it, actually let me edit this on my stream as I'm doing it, because I didn't get to make last week's show. I don't know if you guys remember, I kept having issues with what I was doing the show the week before. It's probably where I jinxed myself. Joe's team looking healthy. He only has 1 player questionable, and that's Eli Mitchell. Joe's looking pretty good, hands-on. I think my favorite to win the league this year. I mean, look at the players he has in the starting lineup and look at the percentage started. I don't know who's not starting Tom Brady, especially going late into the season. Tom is money. He's going to get you some, like, at least 20 points per game. Keenan Allen here. Devontae Adams. Taylor is a 99% start. Leonard Fournette. I mean, he's 100% owned probably. But everybody's going to start him. 98% roster. So available in 2% of leagues. I want to know what leagues he's available in. Kyle Pitts here. Deebo Samuel. Matt Prater. Oh, you got him on bye, and you have Arizona's defense on bye. So you're going to be swapping out that defense going up against whoever you're going up against this week. Let's look at the matchups for week 12 before I move on. Before I do enough scores and highlights, right? Let's hand out some week 11 awards. Going right into a lamer of the week, we have... this is the first time, I believe, in a long time when the lamer of the week scored more than 90 points. But Alex is going to get Green Elite of the week with 93 points. Shocker of the week as I look at our standings here. Not too much standing out. Everybody won who was supposed to win. So I think if Chris had pulled off the win, he probably would have got Shocker over the week, even though he's a 4 seed and Johnny's the 3rd. But I think for the most part, no shockers this week. I want to say, let's give it to Johnny, drop the losers for, I think more so the shocker of the week is that Luis started the Buffalo defense and they scored -4 points. That's a bummer. Huge bummer. So shocker of the week is for Johnny and Luis in that game. Sorry. And player of the week, hands down, Joe this week at 166 points. Nobody can close to him this week. He would have beat everybody, demolished everybody. So congratulations, Joe, picking up another player of the week. Let's look at this week's matchups going into week 12. Getting down to the nitty-gritty. The playoffs are right around the corner. I'm taking on Freddy's Blackbeard's Delight. I'm projected to lose 128 to 118. Also, we got Alex taking on... wait, this isn't right. Is it? Nope. Let me go back. Week 12, baby. Okay, yeah, there we go. I'm taking on Freddy. If I can beat Freddy, that will be shocker of the week. Alex taking on Jeremy. Johnny taking on Brian. Fresh Prince of Hell-Air taking on Luis. And Bravo's Football taking on Joe in a battle of 2nd place. Look at that. 2 8-3 teams going at it for the battle of 2nd place. So we'll look forward to that game there. Let's take a quick look at our Pick'ems League before I wrap the show on up. I know nobody's probably expecting me to go on this week, or at this time, so nobody's in chat, so just talking to myself. You see I'm all alone, actually. Finally 111 points make those picks is me, and I got 111 picks all together here. So you see me and Johnny finally have a little bit of separation. 1 point, albeit 1 point. Johnny there with 110, Alex with 101. Right behind him is Chris with nothing but a pick'em thing at 100, and Joe in the back with 98. I think I looked at percentages and we're all 60% and up. So we're all doing pretty well when it comes down to the Pick'ems League. Guys, thanks for checking us out. Thanks for checking me out on YouTube here. Thanks for inquiring about last week's show. I'm in the Snapchat group. Sorry I didn't have a show last week. I apologize. Just some things came up. And as you see still, I mean, it's I try to do. I try to do my best, and I apologize for not having a show last week. I was building a what was I building? I was building a shelving or a dresser. I was building a dresser for my kids for their room, and I took a lot longer than I thought it would take. So my apologies, I didn't have a show last week, but I'm back this week. I have the week off, and I was glad to be able to do the show a little bit early this week. So hope you enjoy it. Hope you have fun going into week 12. So remember to set those teams, pick those picks, and I'll see you guys right here next week.